In the sprawling landscape of modern commerce, one name stands colossal: Amazon. A company that began in a garage and grew into a global behemoth, reshaping how we shop, live, and consume. Its rise has been meteoric, its convenience undeniable, yet beneath the surface of seamless transactions and next-day deliveries, a growing unease has festered. Is this efficiency a product of innovation, or the unchecked power of a monopoly? This question now rests at the heart of an unprecedented legal battle, a confrontation that could redefine the very foundations of digital enterprise. The moment arrived on September 26, 2023. In the U.S. District Court in Seattle, Washington, the Federal Trade Commission, joined by 17 state attorneys general, filed a monumental antitrust lawsuit against Amazon. This wasn't merely a complaint, it was a declaration of war against what regulators termed a monopoly power unlawfully maintained. The lead prosecutor in this formidable challenge is FTC Chair Lina Khan, a figure long known for her critical views on Amazon's market dominance. Her conviction that Amazon's immense power has stifled competition and harmed consumers nationwide. To understand the gravity of this lawsuit, we must first grasp the concept of antitrust law. At its core, antitrust legislation is designed to promote fair competition, prevent monopolies, and protect consumers from abusive market practices. The FTC, as a primary enforcer of these laws, aims to ensure that no single company gains such immense power that it can dictate prices, stifle innovation, or disadvantage rivals. When the FTC acts, it signifies a belief that a company has crossed a line, leveraging its size not through merit, but through anti-competitive strategies that distort the free market. The lawsuit alleges that Amazon has achieved and illegally maintained two distinct monopolies. The first is in the online superstores market, a sprawling domain where consumers can purchase an expansive range of products from a single retailer. Think about where you go to buy everything from electronics to groceries. Amazon aims to be that universal storefront. The second is in online marketplace services, where Amazon acts as the essential intermediary for millions of third-party sellers, providing storage, shipping, advertising, and most critically, access to its vast customer base. In the online superstore market, the FTC contends that Amazon has become the undisputed gatekeeper. For many consumers, Amazon is not just an option, it is the default. Its unrivaled selection, competitive pricing, and logistical prowess have created a powerful network effect, where more customers attract more sellers, and more sellers attract even more customers. The complaint asserts that this dominance isn't merely the result of superior service, but rather of deliberate, anti-competitive actions designed to squash rivals and ensure its continued reign over the digital shopping cart. Perhaps even more critical is Amazon's alleged monopoly in online marketplace services. For millions of small and medium businesses, selling online often means selling on Amazon Star. The FTC describes this relationship as Amazon extracting a heavy toll from these sellers, effectively holding their access to customers hostage. Sellers, the complaint argues, are left with little choice but to pay Amazon's escalating fees and abide by its stringent rules, even when these terms are detrimental to their own businesses. This creates a dependency that, according to the FTC, is ripe for exploitation. Central to the FTC's case is a clandestine operation known as a Project Nessie. This wasn't just a pricing strategy, it was, according to the lawsuit, a sophisticated, secret algorithm designed to detect when other online retailers offered lower prices than Amazon. But Nessie didn't just match prices. Its insidious purpose was to identify price competition and then, using its market power, coerce these competitors to raise their prices to Amazon's level. If they refused, Nessie would revert Amazon's price to a higher one, knowing competitors would eventually follow suit to remain profitable. The ramifications of Project Nessie were profound. The FTC alleges this algorithm successfully raised prices across the online retail landscape, not just on Amazon. Consumers, often unaware of the underlying mechanism, ended up paying significantly more for products they could have otherwise purchased at a lower price from competing retailers. The lawsuit estimates that Project Nessie alone cost consumers over $1 billion. This single tactic underscores the sheer scale of Amazon's alleged market manipulation and its direct impact on household budgets nationwide. Beyond Nessie, the FTC's complaint details Amazon's anti-discounting policy, a punitive measure targeting third-party sellers. This policy allegedly punished sellers who dared to offer their products at a lower price on rival platforms, even if those platforms incurred fewer fees or allowed for more efficient logistics. Amazon would suppress these sellers' listings, making their products harder to find on its own platform, effectively removing them from the coveted buy box, which we'll discuss shortly. This subtle yet powerful coercion discouraged competitive pricing, pushing prices up across the entire e-commerce ecosystem. Amazon didn't openly declare its anti-discounting policy. Instead, the FTC alleges it was cloaked under the guise of fair pricing policies. While appearing benign on the surface, these policies were allegedly designed to ensure Amazon's prices were always the lowest, or at least not undercut elsewhere. This tactic was insidious. By framing it as protecting consumers from unfair prices, Amazon effectively eliminated legitimate price competition from other retailers. Sellers faced an impossible choice: adhere to Amazon's pricing demands or lose visibility and sales on the platform where most of their customers resided. Another key allegation revolves around Amazon's Fulfillment by Amazon (FBA) service. The lawsuit claims Amazon coerced sellers into using FBA by making Prime eligibility, a crucial sales driver, contingent on its use. This meant that even if a seller could ship faster or cheaper themselves, or via a third-party logistics provider, they were often compelled to use FBA to gain the coveted Prime badge. Without Prime, a seller's products effectively vanished from customer searches, significantly impacting their sales. It was a powerful lever, forcing sellers into Amazon's costly fulfillment ecosystem. The coercion into FBA was compounded by what the FTC calls exorbitant fees. Sellers often paid Amazon far more than what alternative third-party logistics services would charge. These fees were particularly egregious for oversized items or products that didn't genuinely benefit from Amazon's rapid shipping. Yet, without the Prime badge, sales plummeted, leaving sellers with an unenviable choice: pay Amazon's steep prices or risk becoming invisible. This system, the FTC argues, significantly inflated seller costs, which were then passed on to consumers, further cementing Amazon's control over pricing. Perhaps the most visible and impactful lever of Amazon's alleged market power is the buy box. This prominent white box on every product page features the Add to Cart button, representing the primary sales channel. The FTC contends that Amazon manipulates the buy box, using criteria that favor its own products and those from sellers using FBA, even when third-party sellers offer lower prices or faster shipping options. For a seller, winning the buy box is paramount. Losing it means a dramatic drop in sales, cementing Amazon's ability to dictate terms and stifle true competition. The combined effect of these policies, Project Nessie, the anti-discounting measures, FBA coercion, and buy box manipulation, created an undeniably unequal playing field. Amazon, the FTC asserts, effectively became both player and referee, writing the rules in its own favor. The result was not a competitive market where the best products and services thrive, but a system where Amazon could consolidate power, extract higher margins from sellers, and ultimately charge consumers more. The courtroom battle in Seattle will scrutinize every layer of this intricate, allegedly anti-competitive strategy. Amazon, predictably, has mounted a vigorous defense, publicly stating that the FTC's lawsuit is misguided and wrong on the facts and the law. The company argues that its practices, far from being anti-competitive, actually benefit consumers through lower prices, faster deliveries, and a vast selection of goods. Amazon emphasizes its role in fostering small businesses, providing them with a platform to reach millions of customers they might otherwise never access. They assert that breaking up Amazon or changing its business practices would lead to higher prices, slower deliveries, and ultimately, less competition. Amazon's counterarguments directly address the FTC's allegations. For instance, regarding pricing, Amazon claims to diligently price match competitors, stating this is a pro-consumer strategy. they defend FBA as an optional service that enables many small businesses to scale, arguing that sellers choose it for its efficiency and customer reach, not because of coercion. The company highlights that its marketplace allows millions of entrepreneurs to thrive, and that these entrepreneurs are not forced into any program. These claims set the stage for a dramatic courtroom battle where differing interpretations of market dynamics will clash. The stakes in this lawsuit are astronomically high. If the FTC prevails, the consequences for Amazon could be transformative. Potential remedies range from substantial fines, which could reach billions of dollars, to court-ordered changes in its fundamental business practices. The most extreme outcome, though less likely but still a possibility, is a structural breakup of the company, forcing Amazon to divest parts of its operations, such as its marketplace services or fulfillment network. Such a ruling would send shockwaves through the entire tech industry and significantly alter the landscape of e-commerce. The journey through the U.S. District Court in Seattle will be long and arduous, marked by extensive discovery, expert testimonies, and fierce legal arguments. There will be no quick resolution. Antitrust cases of this magnitude often stretch for years. During this period, Amazon will continue to operate, but under intense scrutiny. The outcome will depend on the strength of the FTC's evidence, Amazon's ability to demonstrate the pro-consumer benefits of its practices, and ultimately, how the courts interpret decades-old antitrust laws in the context of a rapidly evolving digital economy. Beyond Amazon itself, this lawsuit holds immense implications for the broader big tech landscape. A decisive victory for the FTC could embolden regulators to pursue similar actions against other tech giants accused of stifling competition. It signals a renewed commitment from the government to curb perceived monopolistic tendencies in the digital age. Conversely, if Amazon successfully fends off the charges, it could create a precedent that further entrenches the power of dominant platforms, making future antitrust challenges significantly more difficult. This case is not just about Amazon, it's about the future of digital competition. For consumers, the outcome of this lawsuit directly affects their wallets and choices. Will a more competitive market lead to genuinely lower prices and greater innovation, or will intervention disrupt convenience and efficiency? For small businesses, it could mean either liberation from restrictive platform rules or the loss of a vital sales channel. The Amazon antitrust lawsuit is more than a legal battle, it's a referendum on the nature of market power in the 21st century. It forces us to confront the question, at what point does market dominance transition from healthy competition to an undeniable, harmful monopoly?